When is a view not a view? When it's my point of view?
No, when it's an obstructed view, and we are in Obstructed View, Oceanview cabin 8616 on the P&O Pacific Encounter. Let's take a look around.
I got what you want. Honey, honey, I got what you need. Honey, I got what you want.
Hi, we are Rob and Ali, sharing with you our passion of all things cruise and travel.
So we are in Obstructed Oceanview cabin 8616 on the P&O Pacific Encounter. This is on deck 8, and we're going to take a look around.
I got the green light, Robert.
Excellent, let's go
Green
in.
light for go. Okay, so first impressions of this cabin are beige. 50 shades of beige. But it's very light and airy and nice and clean looking, that said. We'll move into the main body of the room first.
Now, I just want to say, we've actually been living in this cabin now for 8 days.
8 days.
For 8 days. So we're going to be able to tell you a little bit about what's good and bad about it.
It's very, very roomy in this configuration. So it's a different configuration, although it's the same size as other double rooms are. So on this one, you've got lots and lots of space at this end towards the window. And this means that they can give you an extra chair and a table, where in some of the configurations you don't get that. On the downside of that is the desk area is a lot smaller. So the actual desk is this tiny little desk here. However, we found that is enough.
Works for me.
Yeah, it's enough to put our computer. I have done some work at the computer here, and then also all our electrical appliances and things and all the extra sockets. So let's see what sockets that we've got here.
Well, let's have a quick look before we do, because the light is potentially going.
Oh, yes.
So let's talk about the obstructed ocean view. This is our obstruction from this cabin. Now, this is lifeboat tender boat number 18, and we used, or they used this on Mystery Island. So when that went off at about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, and we heard all the winches, it's quite loud.
It was loud, we could hear the winches. We wanted to get off early anyway, so it wasn't really a problem for us. And then every other time, there's nobody going past this window, there's no walkway, and I suppose they did a little bit of maintenance, but they couldn't really see in.
Well, the controls are over here for the lifeboat. This one is for the one on our left, and the ones for the one outside here are on the right. It does give you a bit of a nerdy view of watching how these things operate, and I did quite enjoy watching them, but it was quite noisy early-ish in the morning.
You do get these cabins at a reduced price because it is obstructed. We like it because it gives us the reduced price for a cabin, but also because you still get a view, you can still see everything, and we like to get that nice sunlight coming through in the morning to help us get out of bed. On the shorter trips, we don't normally bother. We normally go on the interior ones, but on the longer trips like this one, we liked to have the window.
All right, let's carry on with what you were going to show us.
Okay, so I was saying this is like your little dressing table come desk area here. You've got the hair dryer. This is like your real old-fashioned hair dryer that you get at the swimming baths. I'll just let you listen to that's low. That's very low, isn't it?
I can't feel it from here, no. I can feel that though.
Yeah, and that will dry your hair. It's difficult to style with these. They do have some extra ones that you can ask for if you wanted ones with the nozzles to be able to style your hair, but they don't have a lot of those around, so you have to ask early for those, or obviously just bring your own. They have, so the telephone, they still have a landline here. It's so strange to have such a big phone, but do use these. It's fabulous. They do in-room dining, wake-up calls, message waiting, housekeeping, guest services, and dining reservations. Just tap the buttons here and you'll get straight through, and it saves you queuing at places like guest services. If you want extra towels, it saves you looking up and down the corridors trying to flag somebody down. They are answered and they are used, they will respond to them really, really well. So sitting here, you've got a nice big mirror here. and the light behind, that was really good. 3 big size drawers. You can look at the equipment here, as you can see, because we've been living in them.
That drawer is no. There, you have to get it on the right angle, or give it a bit of a push.
Give that one a little bit of a
that
push.
drawer is not the best.
And then you can see, so they're good, 3 good sizes. And then my kind of side table, this is the side that I sleep on here. This has the light switches here to be able to control the rest of the cabin. We've got the normal 2 Australian sockets here. These were these American?
US, yeah,
These
US
are the
110 volts.
So there's 2 here. If you've got an adapter, obviously you could use those
Extra power
for the extra power. But we use one of these boards. So this is just a little cheap board that you can get.
P&O still allow you to take power boards at the time of making this video, as long as they are non-surge protected.
And my old favourite is one of these that you can put in, and then you can get all the extra USB chargers in that. I love that because we can charge everything up. Either side of the bed is the table lamp. This uses up quite a lot of space here, but this gives off a lot of light in the evening, but it is lovely because of the shades on these, so it gives nice sort of low lighting, but you can see everywhere in the cabin. There's no little dark spots to catch your legs and things. I guess is what I'm trying to say. And there's a USB on each of those that will charge things.
USB-A?
USB-A will charge your phones and your devices there. There's a little shelf here. As you can see, I've got my books on here, and then 2 decent drawers where I've got kind of my bedside stuff, some sneaky snacks. The one thing with the configuration in here is there's no snack shelves. There's actually no purpose-built snack shelves. What do you think about that? But they do have. Over here, they've got the refrigerator. Now, when we very first came in here, this wasn't cool at all. So you see, we've got it jam-packed with our Zero, and then we have these water packs here that we carry around that mean we can just keep refilling those with water and put them in the fridge to keep that cold. There's plenty of water to go around the ship. It didn't get icy cold, but it was cold enough to keep my non-alcoholic beers and the tablets and things cold in there, and it's a fair size.
We have had colder ones.
Yes, so it wasn't the coldest, but it did certainly get cold. You always get your free tissues as well on board P&O, which I love. Especially with the air conditioning, I always think that you need those extra tissues. There's a little shelf here, which is quite nice. It's got a tray with the glasses on. You are provided with 2 big bottles of water. They are not complimentary, and you will be told when you come in that if you want those, there's a little slip of paper here, and you get an offer. If you buy 5, you get 1 free. If you're on the drinks package, you can get water throughout the day in these size bottles. It's included
6 bottles per package per day,
which is plenty. And as I say, there's plenty of water around the ship for you to have. The nuts do not come courtesy of this room. However, we have had this little fruit bowl that was here, compliments of Pacific Encounter, of the director of restaurant operations.
We quite often like putting that fruit into our USB blender, don't we, Alan, making a smoothie.
Well, there we go. So this is my little home on here for my little blender. I'm going to show it to you because one of our viewers who was actually on this cruise, she got stopped bringing her blender through. This isn't glass, mine's just Perspex, and it is just chargeable from the USB. You can see I just charge that up. A single charge lasts me quite a few goes, and we will get orange juice normally for that, and put in some of the fruit, either from the fruit that's been complimentary here, or up in the pantry they always have bowls of fruit, and I just mix that up. I don't put this in my hand luggage though. I always put it inside the case, and I have a little cover for it here just to protect it. So yeah, I really like bringing that. I also always have an assortment of different flasks as well. I know this isn't really about the cabin tour, but just to show you that I have my own flask there for the coffee that I like to put in, and that just keeps it warm. And it saves me using the disposable cups. And then I'll have an extra one for my tea that I get from the pantry as well. I get hot water and I make my tea in there as well. But this is a perfect little shelf for keeping all that kind of junk and things on. The TV is really well positioned. It's right up here. It's a huge size TV and the picture was really good quality. They'll play a couple of movies throughout the day. There's news channels, information channels. There is always a view from the bridge that goes 24/7. It's the camera that points from the bridge. And you can see what the weather's like in the morning. If you were in an interior cabin and you weren't sure whether what the weather looked like, just bring it up on your screen and you can check. And actually some people have recommended that you can keep that on all the time, and it kind of gives you a sort of the impression of having a window if you're on an interior cabin.
Now, somebody else told us on this trip that there is a channel on the television where you can actually Bluetooth your Spotify music to.
It's one of these buttons here, one of these extra buttons that will bring up a menu, and across the bottom, I did try it, across the bottom it brought up a menu and you could then Bluetooth your music to it, and they said it gave them really, really good sound. You wouldn't want it too loud because you'd disturb the neighbours, but you get good quality sound from that. The bed, oh my goodness, the beds are just the best in these cabins. I don't have a problem with these at all. I mean, you can see, look. Oh, it's kind of soft and firm at the same time. So they're soft in as much as that you sink into them, but they're not saggy. So there's no rolling into the middle or anything like that. That you stay kind of perfectly firm on the top of the bed. Wonderful. These are actually two single beds that are joined together, but we've never noticed, and we certainly on this one didn't notice any of that gap down the middle of the beds coming apart at all.
No, absolutely not. No.
And the pillows. Look at that. You see, look. I'll do it again for you. Absolutely lovely. So I've never suffered with neck problems. I certainly didn't in this one have any neck problems or anything from having a too soft a pillow or a too firm one. It's absolutely lovely. I have no problem at all. And the bedding on these, the sheets and the duvet. The duvet's nice and thin. And you can set your own temperature here, so when you have it quite cool, it's still quite warm enough. And the bedding is, as you can hear, it's beautifully soft. It's lovely. So let's move on. The table, yeah, you can move the table out. We have moved that out and put the two chairs together and had a little drink or our midnight pizza snack. There's another bedside cabinet here. Same size as the other one, and again with another USB there.
Actually, that sign has reminded me of the space underneath these beds. So we just pop back a little bit and have a look.
Why burn calories? But let's burn some calories, Robert.
And this is where we put our suitcases, our big suitcases, our 83 centimetre suitcases. We have 3 of them, I think, on this trip.
Yep, so this is huge cases. They fit right underneath them, and you could get 4 of those underneath there.
Yes.
If you wanted to. Now, what I liked about this particular cabin is how spacious it is around the bottom of the bed and the side. So you don't catch your legs on anything. There's plenty of walkway. Some of the others, it's like a little bit narrow, and you certainly can't get both of you squeezing down the side at the same time. Lots of wall space
For our selection of hats and bags
for all
on the magnetic hooks.
for all the magnetic hooks.
Air conditioning controller is on the wall here.
So the air conditioning
Fairly
was
simple.
really responsive in here. you can make it very warm if you want. Now the air conditioning, on top of you controlling it, is also controlled by the central control of the ship. So sometimes you will feel it going warmer or cooler than what you've got it set. So it will vary, and you will have to come and just adjust it here, and then the next thing, I don't know, it just suddenly goes a lot warmer or a lot cooler. But it will respond very quickly if you change that from that dial. This here around the corner, this is your dressing area. This is the same configuration as in the other cabins that we've been on board this ship. Exactly the same. Plenty of hangers here. We love these hangers because they will come on and off, unlike some of the hotel hangers where they are built in and you can't take them off. This is great as well. But there's laundry. There is laundry facilities on board this ship. We've got one just opposite, just down here, and it means you can take your dresses or your shirt and hang it up.
The laundry being diagonally opposite this cabin is brilliant.
Yeah.
It literally is. It's as if it's across the corridor and the cabin on the right.
I know, yeah, it sounds like you wouldn't want to do laundry, but you know, if your stuff's been folded up, or you've especially if you've been on a flight and you've had to squash everything in, you will need to give those shirts and dresses and things an extra iron. So there's plenty there, plenty of space up on the top here. I have done the dust test, and I can tell you it is spotless behind the TV, by the side of the cabinets, and on the top here where you'd think it would get dusty, it's spotless, and the mirrors are spotless, which is always a good sign, always a plus point. Plenty of cupboard space here. As you can see, we've got everything in our cubes.
Which will make packing after we've finished this video very easy.
And there is our little laundry bag. That is now full. And we've extended it out, and that's now full. That will just go straight into one of the cases.
We'll just put a tag on that one and send it out.
Yes, we just wheel that one out. Now the bathroom in this particular cabin, so there's nothing broken. I'll get in. There's nothing broken or damaged in here. This is the same size as the other cabins. Two great lights, great big mirror here and here. There's a shaving point here. They always leave a couple of glasses for your teeth. You can drink the water from here, and it does get really hot. That's it. You can hardly put your hand under it. Just
and really that is hot. One of the problems I've found with the water on here is that it runs cold and then goes hot, and you have to, if you want cold water from the tap, you have to get it quick.
Yes. And some little shelves here, not a huge amount of space here to put anything, but there's enough space here to get washed and like Robert has a shave and everything. Sometimes these bowls can be really tiny and no elbow room, so there's lots of elbow room here. And then there's a big shelf at the bottom here with a bin. Now in here I did find that this was getting a bit wet, and I couldn't actually feel anything as to where it was coming from. Normally I would have complained about it and asked them to check it out, but it was a little bit intermittent, so I just put a towel on the bottom, and it's been perfectly okay. So it wasn't bad enough to complain. Just every now and again it seemed to just drip a little bit, so it's just one to watch for that.
Now, just while we're here, can you hear that noise? Let's put the camera up here.
We noticed that as soon as we came in.
That is constant in this cabin. We did wonder whether it was going to be a problem, but we haven't actually noticed it. But it's
again,
the air conditioning.
We didn't complain because it didn't actually bother us at all, but it is just the air conditioning whizzing. And because we closed the door all the time behind us, we didn't notice it. So hopefully for the people following us on, it won't be a problem for them. So the shower, they have a shower curtain. This is a short shower curtain.
This is very short, this one. It definitely does blow out of the tray.
So anybody coming into this cabin, please don't use this shower curtain. You will be flooded out because it just goes down the shower curtain and ends up on the floor. So we suggest you just tuck that out of the way. There is shampoo and conditioner provided for you here. Body soap wash and conditioning shampoo, as well as one over here. I suspect it's all the same stuff, but I have tried it and it is very, very mild on your body. My skin is quite sensitive, and I've never had a problem using it, although I do bring my own stuff. There's a little hanger here to dry your wet clothes on, and there's also two very, very sturdy hooks on the back here for your robes or your towels or whatever you want to hang up here. Now the towels...
Just on the water though, the water temperature is lovely. You can adjust this water temperature to how you want it, from cold to hot. It does work. We've had other cabins where it didn't work quite as well.
Now I'll show you the force of that water. I hope you can still hear me over it. It's very hot, but it's got a really good
Flow.
A good flow, a good lot of power on that for you to get washed, and it doesn't spurt out all over the place. You know, sometimes you get those showers and it's everywhere, but actually on top of you. It doesn't move up and down, but you can move the head so that you can get the direction that you want that flow in. The towels, this is the size of the towels. That's your sort of bath towel. This is your hand towel. That's all you get sort of included when you come in, is just 2 of these and 2 of these for the 2 of you. If you want more, you just ask for them. There's not a problem in asking for more.
And if you want face washes, you can also ask for them. They don't come included now.
Not hugely fluffy at all, but they're not kind of threadbare either. And I actually quite like them like this. I don't like them too fluffy because they get very heavy. And I find that in a confined space like this, you just want to get dry as quickly as possible. So these are great. My one complaint about this toilet is the toilet.
About this bathroom.
But there is the actual toilet. So this is the sound it'll make. Which is actually, it's pretty quiet. Some of them can be really, really noisy, so that's not bad at all. It doesn't disturb the person in the main room. But the one thing was it was really stained, and I'm so surprised that they left that. And to be honest, I kept thinking I was going to ask them to actually just change the toilet seat. And of course the holiday's gone and the time's gone, and I haven't bothered asking. But I was really surprised that they left that like that. That would be a real negative I would have about this particular cabin, was that. Great big mirror here at the entrance where you're getting changed, where all your clothes are. Again, this is fabulous because you can get floor to ceiling here. And just while Robert is dancing around the doorway, I'll just show you an extra couple of features here, which seem nothing but really come in quite useful. And this is the doorstop here, which it seems like an absolute nothing, but not all cruise ships have them. And when you open your door and you want to bring your cases in, or you've got a family of kids and they're all coming in or whatever, it saves that door slamming in each other's face. You just put the door wedge underneath. And on the back, you've got your little spy hole here as well, so you can see if it's people that you don't want to answer the door to. And then just here, there's a little hole door here. And this is what you used to have, that you'd hang on the back of your door, but it's still snoozing, needs cleaning, and you actually put this into where you'd put your key card, like that. And it's just a great little touch, when you come back for your early nap, or you've had a lie-in in the morning and you want your room cleaning, you just put that in there. I think that's pretty much everything, Robert.
Yes, I think so.
We've been very happy in this cabin. We think we like the configuration because it has a sense of being bigger and more room around it. And although it's an obstructed view, it suits us for the price point and getting the daylight through.
Absolutely. So there you go, that concludes our tour of cabin 8616 on the P&O Pacific Encounter Obstructed Oceanview. We hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit like, please hit subscribe, and hit the notification button if you want to see more of our videos. We will leave you for now. Thank you for watching.
Take care, everybody, and if you're going on a cruise anytime soon, we hope you have the most fantastic time.
We do. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
When is a view not a view? Is it when it's my point of view? It's too slow for the comeback. No comeback there.
We're in Obstructed View cabin 8616 on the P&O Pacific Explorer. Let's take a look around. We're not, we're on the Pacific Encounter.
Yeah,